Morgan Nick was just 6 years old when she vanished from a ballpark in Alma.
June 9th will mark 30 years since she disappeared. Her story has become one of Arkansas's biggest unsolved mysteries.
As the sun fell that night, Morgan went to go catch fireflies with some friends. It was the last time anyone saw her.
For years, everyone from the FBI to local police departments have tried to work this case without success until last year. A break.
For the first time that I'm aware of in this case, I'm calling Billy Jack Links a suspect in Morgan's abduction.
Links, a World War II veteran who lived in that area, died in prison 5 years after Morgan's disappearance. New DNA testing revealed that hair belonging to either Morgan or another member of her family. But police say nobody in the Nick family was familiar with Links.
And since her disappearance, her mother and the organization she founded, they've been working to help find hundreds of other missing children. Tonight, in part one of our series, Morgan Nick, 30 Years of Searching, Darren Bob shows us how that foundation continues to grow, helping other parents avoid having to navigate this nightmare alone.
After Morgan was kidnapped, I only wanted to find her, but in our search and our quest to find Morgan, we began to come across parents and other agencies, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, and just the deficit of resources that existed for parents. And so our goal became to fill that deficit.
Colleen Nick started the Morgan Nick Foundation right after her daughter was kidnapped.
We really focus our resources on Arkansas. We are an 8-person office, and a lot of our federal grant money is dedicated to the state of Arkansas, so we work mostly in the state of Arkansas.
And that effort began 30 years ago.
The fact that we've been doing this for 30 years stuns me. You know, we just set out to help, and this kind of just grew almost by itself. And really, you know, Arkansas stood up with us and brought resources to the table. And what we do now is absolutely beyond my imagination of anything that we set out to do in 1995.
Morgan's sister Taryn started working at the foundation not long ago.
I've had the honor of working with hundreds of families that have gone through a similar experience. And just getting to walk that path with them until their loved one is home, it's powerful.
The foundation staff of 8 works tirelessly with law enforcement agencies all across Arkansas, educating them and working with them to find missing children. They also work very closely with parents of missing children, including Samantha Adams of Van Buren, whose adopted daughter went missing a few years ago.
In the 2 months that she was missing, the only real contact I had was the Morgan Nick Foundation. It's a great resource in our area, and nobody else is probably going to make that contact for you. I mean, if you're worried about your kid's safety and your child is in danger, I 100% suggest you contact the Morgan Nick Foundation.
Genevieve Strickland is the foundation's assistant director.
I think the work that we do with families, offering them support and oftentimes just being that listening ear for them, I think that weighs so much bigger than people realize. To be able to have your voice heard and to be able to have someone that can understand the journey that you're walking and that can help you navigate that.
She says the foundation has had to make some changes along the way to keep up with current issues like runaways and trafficking.
We have more than 2 million kids that run away every year. They make up 50% of the homeless population. That's astronomical. These are children, and they're homeless and they're running, and I think we have to start asking the question, what are they running from? And oftentimes it's some sort of trafficking situation that most of the world has no idea about.
Colleen says while starting and maintaining the foundation is taxing, she wouldn't have it any other way.
I think the ability to stand with other families and to make sure that they have every resource available, it strengthens our family, knowing that we've changed how this is done and that we see children and missing adults come home safely.
And Taryn says she's right where she needs to be.
This is very important to me. I do feel that I'm honoring my sister every day when I walk in these doors. just to keep her name, you know, alive.
Darren, Bob reporting for us from our sister station up in Northwest Arkansas. Tomorrow night, Joe Ellison is going to dive into this case and shows us how investigators are using new DNA technology to help solve Morgan's abduction. Tomorrow night at 10, right here on THV 11.